Hi there.
Hello, Suzanne. How are you today?
Good. I hear it's been pretty hot up there.
Yeah, it's usually pretty cold here, and now it's pretty hot, so I don't know why people live here.
Well, I come there every month, so it's the nicest people. I hear they call Minnesota the land of nice, and it's true. I hear the words "no problem" more than anything else when I'm working there.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Suzanne, I know we only have a few minutes. I want to ask you about the new book you have, TOX-SICK. Can you tell the listeners a bit about that?
Yes. This book is exactly what it says. Think about all the conditions that we're taking as commonplace, like ADD, ADHD, OCD, asthma, autism, bipolar, the autoimmune diseases, MS, lupus, fibromyalgia, and the epidemic of cancer. What I'm trying to explore in this book is, when did these conditions become commonplace, and why aren't we alarmed? Why aren't we alarmed that the cancer rate in children has risen 67.1% since 1950? Why aren't we alarmed that the baby boomers can expect a 50% increased risk of Alzheimer's? And if you have diabetes, that adds an additional 50% increased risk. That means that diabetic baby boomers have a 75% increased risk of brain damage. And I think cancer is creeping up as the number one killer. I think most of us fear losing our brains. And that's what these Alzheimer's, but also ADD, ADHD. I have a granddaughter with ADD, straight A student, that missed almost a whole year of school because she couldn't think. Because what happens to children today who are already born toxic, according to the Environmental Working Group, they tested the cord blood of all these newborn babies, 287 different toxins. Across the board, every baby had a minimum of 180 different toxins in their cord blood on their birthday.
Wow.
That means those toxins have already started to degrade that little baby's immune system, and that the GI tract is not colonized properly because of it, and they start developing leaky gut at an early age, and that's when all the food allergies. That's why there's so many kids today that can't have gluten, can't have eggs, can't have peanuts, can't have avocados, can't have almonds. My granddaughters could only have organic protein and organic vegetables and olive oil. Those are the only foods that wouldn't inflame them. They're teenagers now. They could put on 10 pounds in a week. I could tell when they went to a birthday party and ate a piece of cake, which they shouldn't have, and their faces get all puffy. You look at puffy faces in kids or in adults, puffy faces, you've got most likely a gluten intolerance. That's one of the first signs, and you've got a puffy belly, gluten intolerance. But gluten is just the body's way of saying, we got a problem in here, and now the body's starting to attack itself from the chemicals in the GI tract. When you eat the gluten, it so inflames the GI tract. These chemicals eat through the barrier wall of the stomach, leak out into the bloodstream, and now the chemicals are free to roam around in the body, and it's attacking all these little kids in their brains because the chemicals make their way up to their little, still unformed brains, which is 65% fat. Toxins love to live in fat, and that's where ADD and ADHD and the OCD and all the food allergies, the hormone disruptions in the brain. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
The brain, there's the CEO, I call it. That's the hypothalamus. You've heard of that?
Sure.
Hypothalamus is like, he runs the company. He tells pituitary what to do. The pituitary tells the thyroid. The thyroid then tells all the hormones what to do and starts ordering around what the glands and organs are supposed to do. But if the brain is filled with toxic chemicals from processed foods, trans fats, from toxic skincare, non-organic food, toxic household cleaners, that's where we're taking it all in, the brain loses its ability to signal properly, and that's where these little kids are getting ADD, and that's why my little granddaughter, who was a straight A student, had to leave school because she couldn't think. Here's how bad it got. I would say to her, honey, put the plate over in the sink, and she'd just stand there and stare at the plate. Not lazy, just stare at it, trying to process. I'd have to say, pick it up. She'd pick it up. Okay, now walk over to the sink. She'd walk over to the sink. Now put it in the sink. It took that many commands for her to be able to finish a simple task. That's what happens with these kids when it gets to that degree. The book has the solutions. I never write problems without a solution. She, by the way, is well. It took 4 years. My other granddaughter with the ADHD, 4 years, well. My husband with the black mold that settled in the base of his brain and caused what looked like he had Parkinson's, which he didn't. But how many people are on Parkinson's medication when they might really just have mold in their brain? That's because our house, we didn't know it had it underneath.
Sure.
It took 4 years to detox it, and it's changing what you put on your skin, what you clean your hair with, what you put on your face. Stop using lead-free lipstick. Stop cleaning your house with chemicals. Get rid of as many chemicals in your house as you possibly can if you want to thrive and survive in today's polluted environment, and you can do it. We did it.
Yeah, excellent. It's all in the new book, TOX-SICK, and it's great. You have kind of a second career, as a, sort of a health and wellness activist, and then, of course, everybody knows you're acting, Three's Company, and, step by step, you got a lot of stuff going on.
Well, I also, right now, for the next 3 years, and I hope maybe for the next 10 years, I'm doing a nightly show at the Westgate Las Vegas Hotel. I'm living in Las Vegas right now and loving it. And what I love most is I'm 68 years old. I'm in superb health. I like the way I look. My weight is what it was when I was doing Three's Company because I eliminated all the chemicals. People don't realize they're getting fat from chemicals. It's not how much you eat, it's what you're eating.
Sure.
My brain is working great because I'm not on any pharmaceutical pills. And I had cancer 15 years ago, which turned out to be my gift. Because that cancer was when I thought, I'm not going to do it their way, I'm going to do it my way. And I decided to eat as though my life depended upon it and clean up my personal environment. It matters. It makes a difference. You don't have to succumb to these diseases. And you can expect to live this long life we're now afforded, 90, 100, some say 110.
Sure. And
a lot of people say to me, I don't want to live that long. I go, if you were perfectly healthy, if your brain was working and your bones were strong, why wouldn't you want to be alive? And so you can take control of your health. If you keep on using toxic chemicals on your skin or in your makeup, toxic lead-filled lipsticks, if you keep using your toxic chemicals to clean your home, if you keep eating pesticide-laden, poison processed, or GMO food, if you keep taking pill after pill over the counter and prescribed rather than looking for a natural solution, you most likely, unbeknownst to you, are choosing to end up with one of these terrible conditions, or worst of all, end up your life in a nursing home.
Sure.
That's how in control we are. It doesn't happen to us. It's an unconscious thought. And so you have to make your choices really matter today in a way that our grandparents didn't need to. They didn't live with this bombardment. We are swimming in chemicals, and the chickens have finally come home to roost. So that's why I wrote TOX-SICK. And the solutions are all in there, and you can get yourself well, and you don't have to end up sick. I'm not going to.
Excellent. Oh, I wish we had some more time. Suzanne, thanks. It's been an honor having you on today.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.